Okay, guys, we're super excited. Amy Paul is on our Zoom today, and I just want to thank you again for taking time out of your day to be on. Amy is amazing, and I'm just going to let her tell her story and give us some tips. She spoke at the training that we did, Beyond Leaders Retreat, and it was so amazing. I was so fired up when I left, so I can't wait for y'all to listen to her today. So thank you so much, Amy.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Beth. I always feel honored when leaders ask me to be on calls, and I always say I don't take that lightly because Beth did all the work. You know, I'm just getting on to reiterate and give her some validation of what she does. Beth is successful for a reason. She didn't get to Diamond because she doesn't know what she's doing. So a good thing you can do as a team member is to encourage your leader. I mean, I know I need it a lot from my team too, because sometimes you just think, you know, man, I'm sacrificing a lot, and do my team members really care? So make sure you're always telling your uplines you love them, you appreciate them, and you just are really grateful they got you in this business. So guys, if you don't know who I am, I see a lot of familiar faces. I'm on a cell phone, so I'm actually scrolling over to find people, but I see like Jackie Lopez, Eric and Tara, Sabrina, Virginia. I see a lot of people on here that I've actually had conversations with. So it's pretty cool how awesome One Plexus is, because we all care about each other. I really care about your success. I want all of you where I am, where Beth is, and so that's why I took time out of my day to talk to you, because I truly believe in One Plexus. I really believe that you can have your dreams come true, but there are some things you have to be willing to do. Anyways, I'm a Diamond ambassador. I homeschool 7 kids. I started on the island of Kauai. A lot of you know that. It's a beautiful, amazing island. I did this while homeschooling 7 kids. My husband worked a full-time job. We ran successful vacation rentals in Kauai. I was busy. And I know a lot of you are busy, but because you chose to get on this call at 10:30 a.m., some of you I can see in your cubicles, like, you understand the importance of sacrifice. You understand how important listening to successful people is for your business. Anything that Beth provides y'all on the team page, you should be doing. All of the videos that are out there on YouTube, if you heard my training at at the Leaders Retreat, I talked about how you should know almost every diamond by name, every jewel by name, because you should be watching their videos so much and trying to learn from them that you feel a connection with them. I have people come up to me and say, Amy, I just love following your journey, and they think they're going to be weird or stalker-like. They always preface it with that, and I say, no, that's why I put that out there. Like, I really want y'all, you know, anything I do that gives you vision, I really want you to share that. So guys, the main thing you can do to be successful with Plexus is have vision. You have to have a why that is so strong, it just makes you like want to get up and work this business. It makes you want to turn off Netflix. It makes you want to put down that book you're reading or anything else that takes away from your business. You need to work Plexus like you're clocking in and clocking out. You need to think of this as a job. I hear lots of people say, you work this in the nooks and crannies of your life, and I truly do believe that. But I also believe in that nook and cranny, you have to clock in and clock out. Because what a lot of us do is we get on Facebook and we have the intention to message 10 people that day, and then that intention flies out the window when we see somebody posting about the election or somebody posting a picture of an animal or whatever it is that gets your attention sideways, and you lose track and focus of what your goal is. Your goal with Plexus is to help people get healthy and to grow a successful business that makes money. Okay? If you are in management mode, you're probably not going to be making money quickly. So what is your why? Is it for missions? Is it to retire your husband? Is it to send your kids to private school? What is your why? You need to make that big and bold. I had a board behind my computer, and I had that up so I could see it every day. I had a timeline of when I wanted to be certain ranks, and I just had my goals planned out. I'm the type of person that can't see goals long term, but my husband can, but I can see short-term goals. So if you just joined Plexus, your first goal is silver. And how are you going to get to Silver Ambassador? How? You have to make a plan. You have to sign 3 people. So posting on Facebook is not going to get you 3 people. You post on Facebook because you want people to see you as consistent, not ashamed, and passionate. You're educating people through social media. That is what you're doing with Facebook. People will not contact me. I tell everybody on my calls, if I was to post, I'm giving away a month supply of Plexus to the next 3 people that message me that are non-Plexus, I would probably have no one message me. No one. Guys, I just have already reached out to so many people that my Facebook is just there to educate people. It is not there to sign people up. How I sign people up now is I really utilize Instagram by making relationships, and I really utilize cold marketing. So I go out and about all through like the stores here in McKinney. I went into McKinney, Texas, Celeste Gwynn's hometown, and she told me I needed to post this on Facebook. I haven't gotten around to it. And we were walking into the little shops in McKinney, Texas, and almost everybody I talked to has heard of Plexus. Really, almost everybody I had talked to has heard of Plexus. But I walked into one store, cute little blonde girl, and I said, you know, have you heard of Plexus? She said, yes. And I said, has anyone talked to you about it? She said, no. But I've been interested because I've been seeing people posting on Facebook, but no one's told me anything about it. And I said, oh, great. Well, I could tell you so much, and I would love to talk to you. Are you on Facebook? I friended her right there, and I said, let's talk this week. I can come down here and meet you for coffee, but let's get together this week. And she was like, that's great. That's somebody in McKinney, Texas, guys, and I friended her on Facebook right there. I really like to cold market because I feel like it's not as scary cold marketing to me as it is to reach out to friends. And I know some of you have like a chicken list and you're really scared to reach out to people. Get together with somebody that's on this call. Get together with somebody that's in your downline, upline, sideline, somebody. Go to a coffee shop. Go somewhere and sit with your Franks list. If you don't know what a Franks list is, look that up on Google. And you need to start messaging them. Bridget Ryan and I did this in Kauai, and we both signed. I signed 8 people last month, and she signed 16 people. Okay? All we did was we made the list, and I would voice message. That is your best friend. And I'm going to give you an example of something I say. You're not going to be able to write this very quickly. But just off the cuff, something I say to people is I voice message them and I say, hey girl, I know you've been seeing me blowing up Facebook with Plexus. I'm sure you've seen all the success Eric and I have. Well, we want that for you. These products work. I know you have 4 little kids and you have to need energy. And these products are just amazing. They've transformed our life and I would love to talk to you about it. Do you have a couple of minutes on Thursday we could talk? I don't even know if this is something you would be interested in or if this is just so far-fetched you don't want anything to do with this. Let me know and I won't bother you, but I really love you and was thinking of you. Do you see how my passion shines through in a voice message? But if I send it through a text, they sometimes look and don't even respond. So guys, you're going to have people that don't respond to you. That's okay. You're going to keep reaching out to them and you're going to say something like, hey, I sent you a message a couple weeks ago and you probably didn't see it because I know how busy you are. So I wanted to reach out again and ask you if you have any interest in Plexus. This business has transformed our life. Or these products have made me a new mom and I have tons of energy now. Or whatever you want to say. But you have to keep reaching out, guys. You just have to. Statistics show it takes 8 to 10 times for somebody to sign up. 8 to 10 times, that's a lot of times reaching out. But your next rock star could be there. I love what Julia Carty, she's a diamond, she posted the other day that her 43rd person she signed up was her rock star. 43 people she signed up before she got somebody that said, Julia, I want to do this business with you. I want to help you. And she's a diamond. As y'all know, the story goes, she's like one of the top 4 right now in Plexus. So number 72 for her was her second rock star. So don't give up. If I could tell you anything with this journey, is the only way you fail with Plexus is if you give up. Do not give up. Do not listen to naysayers. Do not listen to people that don't like you. Don't listen to people that are not for you. Your friends should be for you. Your friends should support you regardless if they join your team, regardless if they try the products. I have friends that have never tried the product, that have never signed up for the business with me, but they're still my friends and they still support me and they still say things like, Amy, I cannot believe how much God's blessing you. This is so amazing. I cannot believe this. And they're happy for me. If you have people that are jumping on your feed saying stuff negative, you need to get rid of them, even if they're your cousin, even if they're your friend, even if whatever, because they are not supporting you. Guys, you have to have people that are like-minded, that want you to succeed in life. You need to tell them, be bold and say, my why is so strong that I cannot allow any negativity. I really would love to send my kids to private school, and I can't do that unless I find another way. And I really love these products, so I would appreciate your support. That's all. Just surround yourself with positive, happy people that love you. That's what you need to do. That's your first thing. You need to change your mindset. Your mindset cannot be negative. Guys, we hit double diamond. My husband's a diamond, I'm a diamond, through back office, through all of the shipping issues. I get that that's an issue, but I also choose to look at the positive, that I'm in a ground floor company that has to work out kinks. If I wanted to go with a company that had no kinks, I'd be joining Mary Kay, that has had 30 years or however long to work out the kinks, right? They've already had all that time. But I'm choosing to help, and support a ground company. I want to be a pioneer for this company. I want to look back in 15 and 20 years and say, I helped start Plexus. I help train people with Plexus. I help do this with Plexus. Guys, it's going to be a household name. So you don't want to look back and say, well, I've been a gold ambassador for over a year. I've been a gold ambassador for 2 years, and it's just not working for me. I'm just not Amy. I'm just not Beth. It doesn't matter. God didn't make you to be Beth. God didn't make you to be me. He made you special, but you have to get over your mindset. And there's some things I tell people. Maybe you are where you are because God's refining you. Maybe you're not the leader that people need yet. Maybe you need to get into some books, some leadership books. Maybe you need to be reading. I mean, John Maxwell, The Law of the Lid, you can see things about, like, you reach a leadership potential and you don't move. You don't move because you're not ready to move. So make sure you're in books all the time. I have lots of people say, well, I'm too busy to read. Well, 10 pages takes like no time at all. Literally, guys, you can read 10 pages a day. So read 10 pages, reach out to 10 people a day. A day. You have to reach out to people every day. Bridget Ryan is like one of my, you'll hear me refer to her a lot because her and I are super close. She made Diamond in a year, and she reaches out to 40 people a night. 40 people a night. Granted, she had a blog and she has a big Instagram following. So, she has a lot of people to work through. But if you can only do 10 a night, that's okay. But make sure you're doing 10 a night. Just like I told you, through voice messenger, through text. What do you do when somebody says to you, okay, I'm ready to sign up? How do you sign them up? I'm going to talk a little bit like elementary here, but this is what our team does to duplicate. And I think we complicate things too much. And I think we need to bring it down to being very simple for people. So what do you do when somebody says, I want to sign up for your team, Christina? You're going to tell them, I'm going to call you and walk you through the sign up process. And the reason I do this for all my level ones, walk them through the sign up process, is because as I'm walking them through the sign up process, I'm telling them, I want you to buy the Fab 4 combo. If you look in my back office, almost every single person that signs up buys the $99 triplex combo, and they have an extra PV of 27. Because we sign everyone up with the Fab 4 combo, because we think that that is like the best combination to get the quickest results. So we say Fab 4 combo, and you need to commit to 3 to 6 months to these products. And when I say it confidently, and if people say, oh, I'm just wanting to try this for a month, Amy, like, that's $150. Like, I don't want to do it for more than a month. I tell them, well, then don't bother wasting $150, because these are natural products to get to the root cause, and it probably will take you longer than a month to get your issues taken care of. And let them go. I know y'all are thinking, no, I can't do that, but you really want people to commit to a system Think about doctors. When they give you something to do, they will tell you, this is going to take a while. This isn't going to heal overnight. You need to give them a system, 3 to 6 months Fab4 combo. And then you're telling them, okay, listen, I really want to get your products paid for, and I know the business might not even interest you. I didn't want the business either. But if you can find 3 friends or family members to do this with you, you can get your products paid for. And if they say, well, you know, Amy, I just want to wait for my results, I tell them, no, like, you do not wait for your results, because your thyroid issue might take 6 months, but your grandma's like sleep issues might go away in 2 weeks. Your sister's anxiety issues might go away in a week. Like, you just need to get some people. Think about your friends and family that really could benefit from these products, and let's call them. And so, guys, what I'm doing is I'm getting my people started within 24 hours. 24 hours. So the 8 people that we signed up last month, while I was walking them through the sign-up process, I was having them make a list of people we could call that day. Call on the phone. So I told them, call your mom and tell her, hey, Mom, I'm starting this company. It's all natural health products. I really love it. Can you listen to my friend Amy's story? It's amazing. And that's what I had that person do. And then we three-way call. Three-way call. Do you see how I'm being a little bossy and a little controlling? If people are completely like, no, Amy, I'm definitely not giving you numbers to call. No, I don't want to contact anyone. You back off. Like, it's all about relationship building. But I can tell when my people are like, okay, most people that sign up for Plexus are just unsure of what to say. They're scared somebody's going to ask them, what does Plexus do? Or something that they don't know the answer to. So if you can alleviate those fears for them by doing their work the first month, the first 2 months, and then you should have duplicated yourself in them where they run. If you have been in this company 6 months, you probably don't need your upline that much. And if you do, then you obviously need some self-growth, because within 6 months, you should know how to do what I'm telling you to do right now. So you sign your person up, you get them on calls, and then I tell them, okay, let's get a Zoom going. And the reason I do Zooms is because I'm not local to my team. So if you're local, then you need to be doing a Sip and See launch party at their house, but you're not going to call it something like a party. Don't even call it a party. Just say, we're going to have a little get together and we're going to talk about these products. You want to have no more than 10 people at these parties. I think the perfect number is 5. I would rather do 3 parties for a newbie in a week with 3 to 5 people than I would rather do 1 big party with 15. Because all of those people I cannot get to know. Does that make sense? But I can get to know 3 to 5 people very quickly. And I can get them to join our team. I know this is successful because when I do 3 to 5 people, I almost always have 100% sign up. I almost always can get that person to silver. Guys, the power of 3. If you have not seen Sheila Medina, she's the first diamond in Plexus. She has a video called The Power of 3. It is amazing. You need to watch that because the power of 3 is huge. You do not have to sign 300 level 1s like Bridget Ryan did. You don't have to do that. You need to sign 3 good people and let those 3 good people sign 3 good people. And that's how it works, the power of duplication. So get your people going within the first 24 hours, walk them through the sign-up process. Give them what you want them to post on Facebook because you want them to post immediately on social media, immediately. And you want them to post something like this. I send my people the exact verbiage. I say, so excited to start these natural supplements my friend Amy and Eric told me about. They had better X, Y, and Z. Who wants to try this with me? If they're anti-MLM sort of, then I tell them to say something like this. Hey guys, y'all know that I am not into network marketing companies. Like, I never thought I would be coming on social media and posting something like this, but these products have transformed my friends' lives, and I believe them, and I get how blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation affect 100% of people. So I want to know who wants to try this with me. I'm game, are you? So do you see how they're saying something? They're not getting on and saying, I have had the best results. They're not saying that. They haven't even gotten their product yet. People will post on social media if you let them know, if you reassure them that they do not have to say these products work. Because most people will say, I'm not posting till I get a story. So that's what you're going to do. That alleviates all that concern. When they post on social media, people are going to start commenting. Hey, Nancy, what is Plexus? Hey, my friend sells this. I've heard of it. Does it really work? Hey, I heard it has artificial sweeteners in it. Hey, I have this. As soon as people start posting, you're going to have your newbie instantly start three-way messages with you. And it's going to say something like this. Your individual three-way messages with every single person that commented on Facebook. And they're going to say something like this. Hey, Nancy, I'm just getting started. I don't know much about Plexus, but Amy, I included her in this conversation because she has been with this company 2 years and her story is great. Amy, will you please tell Nancy your story? And then I say, oh, Nancy, I'm so glad you commented. Plexus has changed my family's life. These are my health concerns. Do you have any health concerns? Do you see how I'm taking the conversation over for that newbie? New ambassadors are usually working a full-time job. They don't have time to sit down at night and research and learn as much as I know after 2 years of doing this business. So I am essentially on the job training them. I am essentially doing the work for them because, guys, that's our job. Our job is not to sign someone up and leave them. You cannot sign somebody up and say, okay, go. I put you on my team page. I welcomed you. Now, why aren't you working? Why aren't you signing people up? Your team page is not going to help them get motivated. They need one-on-one interaction. They need to be hearing from you every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. The people that I signed up last month, those 8 people, I am in contact with every 2 days. And I'm on them. Hey, who have you got for me to get on a 3-way call with? Hey, have you scheduled a Zoom this week? Because I haven't seen you send me a message yet. I have a Diamond Ambassador, Brooke Hemingway, and she will tell you that I still get on her. I still say to Brooke, hey, Brooke, you haven't signed anybody up the first 2 weeks of this month, so when are we getting a Zoom together? When am I doing a 3-way call for you? Because even though she's a Diamond Ambassador, you still need third-party validation. I still reach out to people in my upline or in a sideline and ask them to do 3-ways with me, because I want them to hear from somebody that's not close to me. My cousin needs to hear from somebody that's not me. Does that make sense, guys? So you cannot fall into management mode. You will stagnate if you fall into management mode. If you log into your back office first thing and start looking at your white lines and say, well, if I could just get these people to work, that is a sure sign you're in management mode. Because if you are personally signing people up, then you would not worry about that because you're so busy working with the people that you're personally signing up. You're so busy sending messages every day. You're so busy trying to grow yourself that you're not so concerned with all of those white lines. You're not so concerned with why so-and-so is not working. Let that go. Let that roll off your back that so-and-so might never work. So-and-so, it might not be their time. I was a wholesale customer, wholesale ambassador for 7 months before I decided to work this business. 7 months. I heard Celeste Gwynn's testimony last night. She was a retail customer for 9 months before she decided to work the business. 9 months. What if her upline, Jen Hawkins, had given up on her and said, you know, Celeste has a ton of money already. Obviously, she doesn't need this business, and just left it alone. No, Jen said, Celeste, you sent me 25 customers in the past 9 months. You're signing up right now, and opened her computer and forced her to sign up. Do you see how she was a little bossy? Jen Hawkins was a little bossy. So you need to get a little bossy. You need to get very, very passionate. People have to want what you have. If you are not posting on social media, super happy, family type stuff, branding yourself, I brand myself. If any of y'all follow me on Facebook, I brand myself as a homeschooling mama of a lot of kids. I talk a lot about my kids. I talk a lot about my journeys and my travels. I don't talk a lot about Plexus. I don't know the last time I talked about the products. I don't know the last time I've talked about a product or posted about ProBio or BioCleanse or anything like that, because I have I've changed my journey to the opportunity, because I believe the opportunity is so fabulous. The products are amazing. We all know that. We all have great stories. So you just need to switch over to telling people. Beth, I could talk all day about Plexus, so you got to veer me in the right direction.
Sorry, I had to mute. You're doing great. I'm like over here amening you a whole lot. Like, yeah, so, one thing that intrigued me, and this is because a lot of people, and I know, like, I agree with you 1,000,000%. Like Facebook, we absolutely have to post every day because people do need to see that we're still passionate and still consistent. It's funny, 3.5 years, every once in a while, I will get somebody who's just been watching me message me and be like, hey, okay, I'm ready. But am I wrong? When you signed up, you didn't have very many Facebook friends. Is that correct?
Yeah, so when I signed up, this is what Celeste and I were talking about. She said she'd been on social media, like she had a huge presence already. I had 120 Facebook friends. I was anti-social media because I felt like it took away from my family. So I was like, I'm anti-social media. So that was my biggest hurdle, was I had to get out of my comfort zone and start friending people. And then I was afraid, like, when I start friending people and then start posting Plexus, they're all going to like think, oh, great, Amy's just adding me as a friend because she wants to sell her stuff to me.
Right. So I think that speaks huge volumes because so many people will say that, well, I don't have many Facebook friends, or all my Facebook friends have seen it. But look, you and Eric, you're double diamond. And that's amazing to me. But just talking about how, going into McKinney, Texas, I used to live there. And that's where I started Plexus with Celeste. And, I know that, the story, but our little school, I think there's 10 or 11 jewels out of our little school now. And to go into a store and that somebody had never talked to her about Plexus like that, so huge. And that's what I try to say that all the time. You have to get out and talk to people. It's such a huge, I did the same with Rodan & Fields. I saw tons of people posting about Rodan & Fields forever. And finally, one of my neighbors came over and said, hey, can I talk to you about Rodan & Fields? I was like, sure, I've been intrigued by it. And I've seen it posted on Facebook a million times, but nobody's ever talked to me about it. And sure enough, she came over, and of course, I ordered it as soon as she left. But it's getting people out of that. Sometimes it is hard. Like, that's harder for me, is to talk to people in real life. That, it's easier for me. It's easier for a lot of people to hide behind the computer, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. I'm sure that you know that to be true. The more that you go into stores and you just start talking to people, and people just start having communication. Like, how do you start up the conversation? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Do you just go straight into, hey, do you know about Plexus?
No. So I don't want to scare them off. So my situation's different than y'all's, but every time I walk in a store, we look like a circus. But my kids are well behaved. So it's always like a conversation starter, like, are all these your kids? Yes, we're on a journey, we're traveling. Oh, you should follow our adventures. We're on Facebook. But before, when I was in Kauai, I still had all the kids, but whatever your niche is, if you're standing in line, I tell everyone to go into the store, look for the most engaging person you can find in the store, the one that's bubbly, smiley, and happy. And you're going into the store for a purpose. Guys, if you have to grocery shop, you're grocery shopping with the purpose that you're trying to find a Plexus ambassador. Everything I do is with a purpose to add somebody to my team all the time. And it's not because I'm like money hungry or anything like that. It's because I truly believe in this opportunity so much. And I know so many people are hurting nowadays, either with their health or with money. And so I go out and I feel like I have such a gift, like I want to share it. So when I go into the stores, I say to people, I look for the most energetic person and I get in their line. And I just start talking to them. Oh my goodness, out of everyone here, I noticed that you are the most engaging with your customers. You're super smiley and happy, and you have a great work ethic. I'm looking for people like you to join a business that I have. It's only $35 to get started. Do you have like a couple minutes this week we could talk? And are you on Facebook? Here, put your name in. I have all these kids. I can't really write anything down because it's too difficult. Just put your name in my phone and I'll message you this week. So that's what I do. I don't even mention Plexus, or I might say I work for a health and wellness company that I'm super passionate about. But I always ask, are you on Facebook? Here, I turn my phone towards them and I say, put your name in and I'll friend you. People do not tell me no. I know that sounds crazy, but people do not tell me no. I had a girl last night at Celeste say she tried it. She's an Emerald. And she said out of this whole week, she's had 4 people say yes, put their name in her Facebook feed, but she had 1 say no. like look at her weird and walk away. And she said, but it didn't stop me because I got 4 other ones.
Right.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question, because I just love listening to you. Do you have a little bit more time? Are you okay? Okay.
Yeah, it's in parking lot.
Okay. What would you say if somebody feels stuck? I'd just like getting, other people to give their advice on this too.
So when I felt stuck at a time in my journey, I didn't talk about that, but I went silver, gold, senior gold. I double ranked Ruby, senior Ruby. And then I got stuck. I mean, it's not stuck, guys. If you're 4 years at Emerald, I mean, you're not stuck. You're making amazing money. So if you're 4 years at senior Ruby and you're making 5,000, you're not stuck. You're making amazing money. You're making more than a school teacher. So it's all about perspective. When you say you're stuck, what are you doing that's different to get out of that stuck mode? So for me, I hit senior Ruby and I had all these people in my back office and I was like, oh my goodness, what do I do with all of these people? How do I get these people to work? How do I got to come up with a training, because there's not any really great trainings out there. Yeah, right. There's lots. So I started thinking I could do everything better. So I started creating a training, reaching out, trying to get my people to work. And I noticed that for 2 months, I didn't sign one person up for 2 months, because I thought, well, I got to senior Ruby. I have all these people. I really need to focus on them. I really need to focus on my people. And guys, you should always be a great leader to your people. But if you are not personally signing people up, you are in management mode. And that is the sure key that you are stuck. Get out of being stuck. Do something different. You got to use my technique of going to stores, and you're going to get red, embarrassed. You're going to sweat. You're going to think you're going to throw up. It's going to be horrible. But after the first 5 to 10 times of doing it, you will get so good at it. I was so sick the first time I did it. And you want to know this promotion we just had, what was it, for October, where we had to sign people up? I had 5 hours left. It was after Leaders Retreat. We had 5 hours left to get one more customer. Eric and I, we had to get 6 customers, 6 ambassadors. We started walking the campground we were at, knocking on doors. Oh, hey, how are you? Not talking Plexus. Hey, how are you? We're traveling the country. We're just taking our kids around to say hi. Where are you from? Oh yeah, we're the big Plexus bus. And we signed up a girl. I don't know if y'all heard this. We signed up a girl that lives in Dallas, Texas, that is on TV every week, has a Facebook following on her business page of 44,000, and she signed up, and she's following us in her RV for 2 weeks. They're following us. They're here in Anna, Texas right now.
Oh my gosh.
All from me knocking on camper doors. What if I would have been scared to reach out to people?
That's amazing. That's so amazing. And it is. And, I think that I've seen you do it. Like the other day at the dry bar, we were at the dry bar with Amy at Leaders Retreat, and she signed her dry bar lady up. Isn't that right? You did sign her up.
We signed her up. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So she's not lying when she says she does this. Somebody sent me a question for you, Amy. It says, what kind of information do you send to your new cold prospects? Is it general, or is it something special that you send?
I'll actually guys, I'll send Beth. We have 7 steps for new ambassadors. Okay. It's a duplicatable system. There's 7 steps in a video toolbox. Mm-hmm. It's like a toolbox of our favorite videos. There's one in there that's not compliant now, but this is what I do for every single level 1. All the way down, our team does it. 7 basic duplicatable steps. For cold market contacts, I'll say, hey girl, I have a list, and I will write German baker from Whole Foods, Tennessee. I have a list, and I can't remember everybody's names, but follow-up is the key. Eric and I signed 4 people from Disney when we went there in Florida, but it's taken us 6 months to get all 4 of them with following up. But we met them at Disney World. So you have to follow up. I just kept saying, hey, for a cold contact, I'd say, hey, we met in Arlington. I don't know if you remember me. I'm the mom of 7. I really enjoyed talking to you. Have you been seeing our post? We're having the best time ever. I don't know if anything's intrigued you about our business, but it's so amazing. I would love to talk to you. Let me know if you have time this week, or if this is something that you would even consider. So I put it out there, if this is not even something you consider, because guys, you could sign people up, but it's almost like you want quality now over quantity. Do you understand what that means? Like, people that are influential, you want to go after people that are in a social tier higher than yours. That's scary, right? Like, I had to reach out to a doctor. I never have traveled in a circle with money. I mean, we were middle class, middle class. We had to save up to travel and go on vacations. So when I started reaching out to people higher than my pay grade, it started really going for me. It really started to work. I mean, look at Celeste. Like, you don't make diamond in 4.5 months if you don't have friends with money.
Right.
Like, obviously she had friends with money, or else she wouldn't have made diamond in 4.5 months,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And it's just, sometimes I do think that the ones, like you said, like you met at Disney, you've signed 4 of them, but it's taken you 6 months. I've signed people off of airplanes before, and it's not always necessarily like the fastest thing ever, but they watch, and I always try to find, if I sit next to somebody and get a chance to talk to them, I always, like you said, friend them on Facebook, even if they're not interested at all, because they'll start seeing stuff, and people, it's just another way. Anywhere you go, you can meet people like that. So there's one more question. Let me get this. Okay, one was just where to find the 4-week training info that you have talked about before. Is that from your team, Amy?
Yeah, so basically I created that, I don't know, a year and a half ago, me and another girl on my team, and it's pretty much the training is not what's amazing. I'll send it to y'all. What's amazing about it is I've done that same 4-week training every month for the past year and a half. That's why it's amazing, because I'm duplicatable. I never confuse people. Every month it's the exact same thing. Do y'all see how my everything I say is simple? I try and keep it super, super simple. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. If Beth's done something better than me, I just share Beth's information, or Amber, I just saw her on here. Like, I don't reinvent the wheel. So my 4-week training, every single month, it's just called November Journey 101, December Journey 101. It's all about the interaction. Guys, if you want to grow, you have to interact with each other. You cannot just your friends need to be the people on this call. Like, your team pages need to be very active, because this is your new relationship. These are your new best friends, because they have a vested interest in your success where other people might not. So
I agree. That's the biggest thing I say so much, is communication is key. I mean, like verbal communication, like talking to people and seeing people and bonding this relationship and working together. It's huge. And I think that so many times it's easier just to post it on a team page, but that team page is not going to be active if there's no relationships going at all. So I think that's huge. Okay, there's another question. Once you get your level 1s to silver fast, what do you do for your new level 2s? Do you do calls for them, or does your brand new level 1?
I do it for my level 2s too, because my level 1 is not confident enough to do it. Does that make sense to y'all? Like, the level 1 hopefully has made silver so quickly that she doesn't know what she's done, because she's in the 3-way messages with me. She saw my Zooms, but she is required to be on all my Zooms, because I believe in the system. What is it? Me, we, they. What is that system where I do it first, then we do it together, and then they do it themselves? So I do it for them until they're comfortable, and then I make my level 1 take a small role, just tell their story a little bit, and then they can do it by themselves eventually. I will push people out if they will not leave. Like, I have a girl that, she was senior Ruby, still asking me to do her level 2 Zooms or her level 2. And I had to say, you've got this. Like, you are very strong. You've got this. But at the beginning, I do everything the first month or 2. I truly believe that if I can duplicate myself in people that want it, and then once they get it, I let them go, because I have to duplicate myself in other people. I can't stay with the same 1 or 2 people. Does that make sense? You have to take a couple people under your wing, a couple people, that's all you have time for, and invest in them a lot, like every day.
Right.
every other day.
And I challenge people too to, I think so many times, especially now that we have so much information and so many resources, people are scared to do it. And, back when I started 3 or 4 days after Celeste. And we didn't have any of this, and we didn't know any of this information. I mean, we thought it was weight loss, and we didn't even know about the health stuff. We just all wanted to get skinny. And so, but we just started sharing. And, still this day, I was listening to Danielle Finch. She's on here. She's one of my ambassadors out here. And they did a craft show this weekend, and I hopped up there and just listening to her be so confident. And she was amazing. She just got up there and spoke. And I looked at her and I said, this intimidates me so much at these craft shows. And she said, it does. And I said, yes, but you just have to do it. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to have everything memorized or written down or, things made. I talk about all the time, like how, my kids play sports and we buy equipment all the time. We buy all this equipment. But if you never use it, it's not even worth having it, right? And so you can learn and learn and learn and learn. But if you never share, then it's not, you've done with nothing with it. And so I do think it's important, like to start sharing and not be scared and use those resources, use your upline. I love that you do that. And then just fly. I remember when I signed Alicia McKee, it was my first month, and she goes, well, how do we do this? I said, I don't know. Let's go have lunch with Celeste. So we went and had lunch with Celeste, and I was like, Celeste, you know so much, and we laughed. Now she's like, I didn't know anything back then. I just acted like I did. So everybody doesn't have to have all the answers. People will trust you. Your friends will trust you, right? So I love that you shared. Does anybody else have any other questions? We'll just take a couple more, and then Amy has another meeting she's hopping on.
Beth, I was going to say what you just said. When people, like Beth didn't know the answers, this is what I tell all my people to do, to share. And when somebody says, hey, I heard Plexus has artificial sweetener, you say, that is a great question. I have so much information on that. What is your email? I'll send it all over to you when I get home. Right. And that's it. You just stop the conversation because you do not want to get into a banter back and forth with anyone, and newbies don't know the answers. So if you could just stop it right there and say, that's a great question, I'll send it over to you. That'll stop a lot of that insecurities if somebody knows they can do that, use that resource.
That's awesome. That's so good. But yeah, I think that stops people so much because of the fear of not knowing. But it's okay to not know, guys. We still don't know every single answer, I promise, right? I still have to ask questions. So, okay, anything else? Anyone? Okay, well, Amy, thank you so incredibly much. I have like 2 pages of notes to go back. You're amazing. I was so pumped for this call. I'm so excited, and I know that everybody learned so much from it. So thank you. And if you have time, if you'll send me those, then I'll share the documents that you send over. So,
all right. Thank you, Beth. Thanks for having me on.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.